Hi guys. So in this series I'll be basically teaching step by step on how to create end-to-end projects. And I realize that a lot of you don't have industry exposure but want to create projects, and perhaps maybe you're not getting a lot of internship opportunities as well. So whenever you join an organization it becomes very difficult to get started from day one or perhaps deliver from day one. But today and moving on in this series, this will be a free playlist on my YouTube in which we are going to be discussing a lot on how to create AI systems. And this is the only tech stack that you would be needing in future. As I go and see in the future, I don't see a lot of data analyst jobs, BI jobs, data scientist job. What I see is AI engineer job, because only AI engineers would have the ability to automate the system which was previously working on by someone else. So see guys, what today we are going to do is we are going to start up with GitHub. So guys, as you all know that GitHub is used to just manage our code better, share our code better, collaborate better, deploy better and whatnot. So before we start guys, as you know that I have already created an AI engineering beginner playlist in which I have done a lot of demos. Okay, there are few lectures which will get added to this playlist, but please follow this playlist. In this playlist I have explained, let's say you are completely new to GitHub, I have completely explained GitHub, okay, in this lecture, so you can go through it. But yeah, let's just try to create a new repository. So repository is where our code is going to reside. So let's just name it industry, let's just name it industry ready AI project. So you can just leave the description for the time being, and I'm keeping it public directly. I'm adding a readme file as well. This will help me give a long description about the project. I am adding a Python file, and then I am adding an MIT license, okay, and then I am creating a repository. Okay, then I am going over here, copying this URL over here, and then I have opened my VS Code. So I think this was normal process, you guys would understand it. This is the first lecture only, there will be multiple lectures. So let's just try to open the terminal, and let's just start with cloning this repository. So how do we clone a repository? We essentially, the way we clone is we write git clone. Okay, so I think it went inside that folder of a folder, so I don't want that. So let's just try to do one thing. Let's just go to where it is. I don't want, let's just delete it only. Okay, let's just go to command line. Let's just go to code. So this command is going to open VS Code for you. So we are inside class 15 folder, or perhaps class 15 folder. This is okay. Let's just go prior over here only. Let's just start over here only. Or let me keep it directly on the outside so that this could really serve as a central repository as well. So it's still there. So let me just go back. Let me go back. And now what I need to do is I need to here clone the repository, right? So git clone. So guys, this is just me organizing my folder structures and stuff. If you don't want to do it here, you can do it wherever you want, okay? Command line and code. Okay, so guys, see, usually this is the first step of any project. You set up a GitHub repository with basic things, like you need a license so that code reusability gets decided, a readme.md file which will help people understand your project better, and a dot get ignore file so that you don't send irrelevant files to GitHub. Now the next thing that today I'm going to be doing is I'll be creating one file. Let me not create it, I have already created it. Let me just dump it over here. Is templates.py. So see guys, what is templates.py? Templates.py is essentially a file that will help me to create all the folder structure that would be required in this project. And also guys, see, this is how you need to write the code and everything. You need to take proper notes, to do and bugs. Okay, some people in the notes only add some important documentation URLs and those things as well. We'll see that. So the first thing that you need to start up with is creating templates.py. Now what is the purpose of this file? See, right now as I said that we would be creating some sort of application which will help people understand NCRT books very well. Okay, so right now I'm not sure how exactly that would go on, what is the end product, but we'll build it together. But the main objective is you understand end-to-end things in a proper manner. So this is the file that comes up first, that is essentially templates.py. So what it is doing, guys, see, never start reading the code from top, it would be very messy. So start by understanding what is exactly happening. So first of all, we are creating a directory. What is directory? A folder, and we are creating some files. So this code will help me automate file creation. Okay, I need a requirements.txt, I need a .env. Now see, git ignore is already there, so can I comment it? We can comment it. Okay, readme.md is already there, so can I comment it? I can comment it. So I need a static file, a static folder. Why do I need a static folder, guys? I am thinking of making this application in Flask, so I need a static folder. I need a templates folder as well. Static is used to keep index, like my HTML stuff, and templates is used to keep CSS and JavaScript stuff. So it's okay if you don't understand these things. We'll slowly build it. I realized that doing this video in parts would make much more sense. Then I need a src folder. So why I need a src folder? To just introduce modularity in my code. Then I need a test folder to maybe implement some test cases or do some random testing. Then I need requirements.txt as a file so that I can have whatever requirements are there. Then I have .env as well. Then I have setup.sh as well, and app.py as well. See, .env would be used to just manage my API credentials. Then setup.sh would be used to automate process of creating a virtual environment. We'll try to see in the next class, or perhaps whenever it is used. And then we have app.py, and in app.py I'm writing some basic Flask code. From Flask, import Flask, creating a Flask instance, and just code to just get it started. Okay, I think we can remove this portion as well. I don't think this is also needed. We can make it, or we can leave it also, it's fine. And then we are just printing stuff. So see guys, now let's just try to see the thing. What it is doing, it is saying if not os path exists file path. So whatever file path you are passing, what is the file path you are passing? Current working directory. So it is going to check your current working directory, and if this file exists, okay, if this file doesn't exist, it will create the file, otherwise it will write file already exists. The same with directory. In case you are passing in thing called content, it will write that also. Okay, otherwise it will just take a blank argument. Okay, so guys, this is very simple code, nothing major. We are just automating the process of creating file creation. You can see this code. I think it's simple, right? If not os.path exists, that means if the path of the if the file already exists, if the file doesn't already exist, not, then create a file, otherwise leave it. That's it. Okay, the same thing is over here. If the folder does not exist, so create it, otherwise leave it. So see guys, this is how you start a project. First try to decide on the basic template of the project, and then get started. Usually the first thing that happens in a project is a requirement gathering. So requirement gathering is essentially the phase where you talk to clients, understand stuff, and then there is an agreement also that is being signed up on the fact that hey, this is how it's going to be done, this is what you will provide me, this is what I'll provide you and stuff. This is for an client company. Internal companies do it their own way. But the simple process is, see guys, you need to understand the process of creating a project, whether it is in any company. So we have set up a file called templates.py. I have told you that how this file would automate my directory creation. The code is in front of you. These are the files that would get created. These are the folders that would get created. I think this much is enough, and there's nothing major in this code, right? It's simple. If not OS path exists, so if the path is not there, so if the file path is not there, just create that file. Otherwise, if the file already exists, then leave it same as with the folder. Okay, this make directory command is used to create a directory, and this with open command would be used to create a file. Okay, simple. And then we are just calling those things, and here I am passing some high level Flask template code. Okay, so that it just is there, right? It's okay if you don't want to pass that as well. So now let's just try to run this py templates.py. See guys, everything got created. Okay, so next time try to use this code, try to improve on this code, try to make this code like whatever folders you need to add, whatever files you need to add, try to have a setup for this as well, so that you don't have to manually do it. And I will be making sure that this lectures and everything would stay short, so that you could focus more on getting good knowledge. And the idea is, any doubts you guys have anywhere, you can directly DM me, okay, in my Instagram or in my LinkedIn, everywhere. And guys, just starting along, we are starting this, then we need to commit the code. So you can say added high level files and folders. So we are committing this, and then once the committing thing is done, we can sync it. So in this lecture, you essentially learned how to create a structure, how to organize your project, how to create a templates.py file, this, and how to set up GitHub as well. This would really help you understand a lot of projects as well, in depth as well. So see, we were able to get these things. Okay, now in the next class I'll be teaching you more stuff in this project flow only. And if you understand this project, then I trust me, you can work in any other project, any project. Okay, so guys, one thing is there that I guess src.static.template, some folders, I think these are empty folders, that is why they weren't pushed. Yeah, so I guess that's the reason they weren't pushed. But yeah, essentially all files are pushed, and that's good. So we'll slowly build this thing. I'll try to keep the lecture simple, like this one was. Everything would be explained line by line. Code was explained that hey, if the file doesn't exist, just create it, otherwise leave it. Same is for the folder, and then we are just calling everything over here. This was simple, and then we are writing some major content. So see, everything would be explained, and hopefully I think you guys would also understand, and we'll be able to do this. Also guys, try to follow this type of coding standards and all. Okay, so this will help you write better code and create good industry level projects. So I think that's it for the lecture one. I'll catch up with you on the next one. So thanks guys.